Hi folks, I haven't written a prompt sheet for myself today, so we'll just have to take it as we find it. So what we're going to look at today is a key and lamp unit. Some of you may be familiar with these, some of you may not be. They were used primarily in what's known as order table working, where you would have a number of these, several of these. I've only got two set up. Generally you'd have at least the minimum number of key and lamp units as you would have the maximum number of lines. So if you had only 5 lines connected, you'd have at least 5 key and lamp units. If you had 10 lines connected, you'd have at least 10 key and lamp units. I've set this up as a 10 line, well, sort of a 10 line system, but we're only going to demonstrate it very, very basically. So in normal use, let me have a think how I'm going to do this, because in normal use, you'd have a number of lines set up. They'd all be designated on the designation strips on the bottom. I haven't bothered writing anything on them because I might be changing things later. And what I should also add is one of these units isn't wired quite correctly internally. It's not going to have a huge effect on this demonstration. But you'll get the idea. So you'll have to use your imagination a little bit, because as I say, in normal circumstances there would be 10 of these at least, and we'd have an operator or whatever for each unit. The units are provided with a 4 telephone instruments. You'll notice you can have a choice of instruments. In this case, this one, I've got a hardwired phone. That one, it's actually plugged in to a socket on, I don't know if you can see it there, on the back of there, but in normal use, what I believe, and I've seen a lot of this in these units, the socket would be internal to the unit, so that the phone would be captive. I presume that's to prevent anybody unplugging it. We'll go, I think, don't worry about the plan set, that's for something later on, which I'll show you. I think how I've got this set up, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 8 lines set up actually on a PBX, which isn't ideal because it doesn't really demonstrate well what we're looking at. Hopefully nobody can read the Morse code on my t-shirt. Let me know if you can. I think line 9 I've got set up as a direct line, and I think line 10 actually connects to that plan set, but we'll worry about the plan set issue later, because that's a sort of an extension of what these key and lamp units are capable of. So I think we'll go with making an outgoing call first. So what we'll do is we'll use this one, and I decide I want to make an outgoing call, lift the receiver on the phone, select a line. I'll select line 1, but what you'll notice is the lamp's also lit up on the other unit. So that would indicate to another person with one of these units in front of them that that line is now in use. And then what I could do is, if I dial, let's go 23, that's actually going to ring extension 23, but of course it rings it on mine as well, which in real terms that wouldn't happen, I don't think. And then I could answer it on that one just by, and you'll notice once again the light 3's lit up on here without the key being down to indicate that that is in use. So that's that bit. So for incoming calls, I think we set an incoming call. I can't remember how we can do this. Right, I've got a phone down here out of sight, which I should be able to, hopefully, and that's ringing line 9. And you'll notice that the lamp on line 9 on here doesn't work. That's something I need to look at, but I wanted to get this demonstration done. So once again, I could quite easily pick that up, flick line, and I'm connected. So, and of course, the lamp lights up there to indicate that that line is now in use. Now, I don't actually have the proper relay sets for this. I've made my own relay setup, but it serves a purpose well enough. One thing I will say is that in the original relay sets there was a separate flashing relay for some reason, and I think whether it was the designer's whim or what, I don't know, but I think it was more related to making the lamps all flash at a similar rate. In this case, I don't think we can do this. I mean, we can have a little bit of fun with this if I can think about how to do this. Because I've got it set up through the PBX, if I lift that up and I just pick any line, oh, that's not a very good one, that's better. And if I do 77, which is paging, it should page all them. But once again, in normal circumstances, you'd never see that happen. Right, so, now what did I say? I said we had just PBX extensions from 1 to 8. Line 9, I believe, that one. Oh, shut up, I don't know why that's doing, no, don't know why that's doing that. I think that's probably because of how I've got things wired up. So we won't, and for some, that could be related to the wiring, so I can't do that. If I go with, if I pick that one, and I do, and you can see that's ringing. I think we've already showed you that, to be honest. Right. So let's go to the plan set now. Once again, there was I actually posed a question on one of the THG sites about this, and apparently there was a system where one of these units could be used as what's known as a concentrator, as the B end of a plan set, and what that would do is that would, in the absence of the person who used the plan set, the principal, chief, or whatever you want to call it, but I think that's an Ericsson term, they would switch the plan set through, which we've discussed plan sets on a previous video, and then any calls coming into the plan set, and I can't remember what extension that was, I think it's 28. That's extension 28. Any calls coming into the plan set, if I set that up, would ring or would buzz on the key and lamp unit. I think I've set it up as 28. Let's see. That must be, no, it's not working for some reason. Let's just say. For some reason, I've gone busied out, and I don't know why. Oh, anyway, let's try it that way. Interesting. Now I did have that working. I don't know why, but how this is wired, the plan set's actually wired as an external, or the extension end's wired as an external extension end, which should allow, if I go to that one, I think it's that one, should allow the plan set to be buzzed from the key and lamp unit. And similarly, the plan set should be able to, buzz the key and lamp unit. Can't understand why. Let's do that. So that's okay. Can't understand why that's not working. But what would normally happen is when the plan set's switched through, of course it would ring extension 10, which is what the plan set extension end is, and it would still also sound the buzzer in the plan set, as per is the case with the external plan set extension, where when an incoming call came in, you've got to remember that the plan set would be in a totally different room to where the key and lamp unit was. And as I said, once again, we'd have several, or you could have several of these. I think in the case of the plan set, it may just be that there was one key and lamp unit used, but the way I've got it wired up, you've got the option of using several, so it could be wired as order table working. One of the other uses for these key and lamp units, although they are quite versatile because they could be configured in loads of different ways according to various GPO documents, one of the other uses is speech broadcasting. I've got a small unit set up for speech sort of speech broadcasting, and what I may do is I may at some point do a video just demonstrating that. Why this isn't working on this bloody plan set, I don't know. So that's fine, so we're all right there. So let's try again. If I go to... Oh no, stop it. No, we busied out. Oh, interesting. Oh, well, interesting. Let's switch that off. Oh, well, not to worry. I'm sure you get the idea of how things are supposed to work. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, fine. If you didn't enjoy it, fine. And that's all for now, folks. Thanks again.